I was watching a Ricky Gutierrez video the other day and he said that he had made $41,000, which I thought was amazing. That's more money than I could ever dream of making on a trade right now.
You look Paul.
But then I saw a screenshot and it showed this was only a 3% return. And if we do the math here, this means that he spent $1.3 million. And this is one of the drawbacks of day trading. You need a lot of money to start with. This month I made over $4,000 in profits, which is nothing compared to Ricky.
You look broke ass.
But I did this only using $10,000 in options trading. So in this video, I'm going to be comparing day trading to options trading. We're going to talk about the pros, the cons for each of these. I'm going to talk about why I started options trading. And then we're going to talk about why somebody might choose day trading versus trading options. The first great thing about day trading is that you can get in and out of your trade relatively quickly. You can start the trade at, say, 9:30 in the morning whenever the market's open, and you can be out of that same trade at 10 or 10:30 depending on your game plan. So you only have to spend maybe an hour looking at the screens, whereas I spend pretty much the entire day watching the markets. But another great thing about day trading, since you're in and out of the trade relatively quickly, is you don't have to deal with the overnight swings. Lately, the volatility has been insane in the after hours and the pre-market, to where most of the time we're seeing bigger moves whenever the markets aren't open versus when they are. You don't have to deal with the wild overnight swings that we've been experiencing if you're in and out of the trade on the same day. And another pro about day trading is that it's pretty simple.
Are you sure about that?
I say that, but in reality, whenever I try day trading, I lost a bunch of money. But most of the day traders that I know usually trade based on technical analysis, like support and resistance levels, trend lines, and moving averages. Whereas myself, I'm more of a fundamentals trader. I'm looking at what's moving the market instead of looking at how much the market is moving. So for options trading, you need to know more about economics, what are interest rates, how is the dollar doing,
What the dog doing?
whereas with day trading, you can usually stick with technical analysis since you're in and out of the trade relatively quick. And the last great thing about day trading is it's very hard to blow up your portfolio versus options trading. You can lose whatever you put into your options trade. Whereas with day trading, if you're trading stocks, it's almost impossible for the stock that you're buying to go to zero the same day that you open it. And if it does, you just won the reverse lottery.
And the second number is 3.
Yeah, I knew we wouldn't win.
So those are the few of the things that I like about day trading, but let's talk about the cons whenever it comes to day trading. The first con is you don't make a lot of profit per trade that you put on. Now you can multiply your returns by using triple leverage ETFs, but even then you're only getting 3 times whatever your index is performing. And most of the time the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ only move by maybe 2% per day. So even if you get that 2% from the S&P or the NASDAQ, you can only make about 6% on these trades. And another thing that I don't like about day trading is the stress levels. If I'm looking at a screen, waiting for the stock to move, and the stock just continuously trades flat, I get extremely frustrated.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
And sometimes you can be left holding on to that stock for a lot longer than you would have anticipated. But this is also where alerts can come into play. If you set a price alert whenever the stock goes above a price or below a price, that can be extremely useful if you don't want to pay attention to the screens. But overall, for me, day trading is just extremely stressful. And the last thing that I don't like about day trading is that you need $25,000 in your portfolio in order to get past the pattern day trade rule, or the PDT. Now there's ways that you can get around this, like having multiple accounts, or you can use a cash account instead of a margin account, but finding these different workarounds is more of a pain than if you were to just buy an option and then hold it overnight and not use up all of your day trades. You can only use 3 day trades each week if your portfolio is under $25,000, so if you don't have a lot of money to start with, then this makes day trading a lot harder. That's day trading and the things that I like about it and the things that I don't like about it. So now let's talk about options trading and the pros. The first pro is that it gives you amplified returns, which can also go into the cons if you're wrong about your trade.
And it's gone.
But I was able to make over 100% profit from the S&P 500 dropping by 4%, which was a $1,200 gain for me. If I were to have made that same trade by shorting the S&P 500, I would have had to put down $30,000 to make that same $1,200 return. So options trading is a great way to multiply your returns, but this can also go against you if you're wrong. And the next thing that I like about options trading is that you only need a few $1,000s in order to get started. Like I said in the beginning of this video, Ricky was putting up $1.3 million on a single trade. And I think a lot of people don't have that kind of money to put up.
Oh, really?
So if you're looking to make a living off of trading, then it's a lot harder if you're day trading versus if you're trading options. Again, because it multiplies your returns. And the last great thing that I love about options trading is it gives you a lot of options in terms of which way you think the stock is going to go. If you're day trading, then of course you have inverse ETFs like SQQQ, but you can only bet on a stock going up or going down. Can't bet on a stock trading flat like you can with options trading. With options, you can open an iron condor or an iron butterfly if you think that a stock is going to trade flat. But if you want to make profits from a stock not moving with day trading, it's not possible. So that's another benefit that I love about options trading. But the things that I don't like about options trading is that you can lose everything that you put into your trades. So if you're risking your entire portfolio on a single trade and that trade goes south and you don't have any risk management, then you can lose a crap ton of money. I had this happen to me a couple years ago when I first started options trading, to where I lost $12,000 on a single option. And this was devastating. This was about 30% of my net worth, and watching that go away in a day really traumatized me. So options trading is extremely volatile. If you don't know what you're doing, you can lose everything. If you don't have a risk management system, if you're not hedging your positions, then you can lose everything very quickly. And the last thing that I don't like about options trading is it's very nuanced. There's a lot to learn whenever it comes to options trading. You have to learn about the Greeks, you have to know what expiration dates to choose, you have to know what strike prices to choose, and you have to know what strategies to use. So there's a lot going on when it comes to options trading versus if you're day trading, you're just betting on stock going up or stock going down. So there's a lot to learn whenever you're just starting out with options trading. So hopefully you check out the channel. I've got a lot of tutorials, but I'm going to tell you why I like options trading, and then we're going to talk about why somebody might choose day trading versus trading options. The reason why I got started in options trading is because I got my start at a pretty rough time. Now, I started day trading back in 2016, but I only had a few $100s to throw around. So my profits were maybe like $10 a piece. So this wasn't really getting me anywhere. But in March of 2020, I had a few $1,000s saved up. Stocks were crashing like hell.
Just got an order from the boss. Dump everything. Everything.
And I decided this is the best time to get into option trading because options trading is extremely lucrative. You can make money in both directions. And of course, I was absolute whenever I started trading options. I had maybe a 50-50 win rate at best. The ones that I would win, I would maybe make 10% profits. And then the ones that I would lose, I would just ride them into the ground and blow up my portfolio every single time. But over the last few years since March of 2020, I've learned about different strategies to use, I've learned about hedging, and I've learned different ways to make profits. And so far in 2020, knock on wood, I'm up by 80% this year. My options balance is around $10,000, and I made over $8,000 since the beginning of this year.
Wow.
So options trading can be really great, and it can be a great way to diversify your portfolio, especially in this bear market, but it can also go against you if you're just starting out, you don't know a lot about options trading. You can blow up your portfolio again and again and again.
I'm only burning my half.
And the second reason why I got started in options trading is because, again, I only started out with a few $1,000s. So if I wanted to make decent returns and make a living off of trading, I would need at least hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to make that happen. But as somebody who only had a few $1,000s saved up, this wasn't possible for me. Luckily, I've built myself up over the last couple of years to increase my income, and now my total portfolio is $60,000. So I have a lot more weight to throw around now than I did back in March of 2020. A lot of this money was made outside of trading though, so don't think that I turned $3,000 into $60,000. I could only wish for a 20 times return in 2 years. But that's why I started out with options trading. I got started at a really bad time. I didn't have a lot of money to spend. But one of the reasons why people might prefer day trading to trading options is, again, it's a lot harder to blow up your portfolio. At worst, you might lose a few percent versus if you were to trade options, you can lose whatever you put into that trade. So if I put, say, $30,000 on a single trade, for an option, I could lose that full $30,000 that I put up.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Versus if I were to take on that same trade by day trading stocks, I might only lose a couple $1,000s. So again, that's one of the benefits of day trading. But another reason why somebody might choose day trading versus trading options is they don't have a lot of time to spend. If you have a regular 9-to-5 job to where you're stuck in a cubicle all day and you're able to trade at least, then you don't have a lot of time in order to make these trades. I spend pretty much every waking hour looking at the stock market, what's moving the market, and looking at the charts, but a lot of people don't have that privilege. So if you're working a 9-to-5 job and you don't have a lot of time to spend on trading, then day trading might be the better of the two options. But those are all the things that I can think about right now. If you have other reasons why you might choose day trading versus options or the other way around, leave it down in the comments below. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of this video, and thank you to all my patrons for their support. And as always, remember to stay positive, stay green. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.